Right.
Yeah, now it's working.
Okay. The first document is from the hospital, what we come outside after he stayed 10 days. So it was between August 16, 1991, for 10 days. It's write the name of the patient, the age, the address, and on the bottom it's written coma with convulsion. On the back of the page is written what is the motive, what made him to die, was submerged under the water. More things, it's the lab test, what was all normal. If you take the standards, you will see. So this is the first document what we have. When we become on our city, I have to go and check with the doctors for the regular doctor. And because she...
And also you're a nurse.
I am a nurse and I know to read and I know a lot of things what the doctor did on the hospital. First, on the when I was in Tulcea hospital with my son, the government have all the folders contact, and they have to write on the folder the name of the patient, the age, and the motive for what they come. For my son, they don't do that. They take the folder and they took a different page, write all the notation, because they have to justify to the government how come they receive in the hospital a dead person, and actually they have to give treatment for people who is sick, not for the dead. So they was afraid stepping over the government. So they write everything, just name and age and why we come to the hospital into a paper and drop in the folder. Only after 11:35, when my son come back in life, they write on the cover. So for me, I know that's meant.
Something happened.
It's just the screen.
I think so.
Yeah. So that was another thing.
I will be careful.
particular for the what happened in the hospital, and for me was mean a lot. But I don't look what is the normal process on the hospital and the formality, the how much I feel from the inside. My son, it's in life to don't look to the appearances. The second document what we have, because the doctor in Bucharest, they said it's impossible to don't have brain damage. Was too much with lack of oxygen for the brain. So she sent me to a specialist because they can't believe it. They back up calling the hospital to give us a copy. So this document, it's a copy, what is signed from the file, and it's elaborated in October 9, 1991, for the purpose to go to a neuropsychiatric specialist. On the same thing, here is written on this document that he have coma grade level 4. In Romania, the coma have 4 levels, comparing with United States who have 15 levels. In United States, it's 1 to 15. 1 to 3, even 4, it's called dead. 4 to 15, it's because other part of the body have responding, the eye or the muscles reaction, or the organs or the heart is beating, but still into a coma. 15, it's a man or a person in a life. In Romania, 1 to 4, 3 and 4, it's 3, it's deep coma, 4, it's death, brain dead, nothing function on his body.
Impossible.
So irreversible.
Yeah.
It's not possible to come back. So Marius was coma level 4. So the doctor had the courage to write it exactly what was the situation. The other things, he have convulsions, where the body, the cells start to die. He was cold and stiff, and was in the hospital with nothing on it all this time. They actually want to remove the baby a couple of times.
One thing, when you say we come with the baby to the hospital and they don't write anything, is because it was 1 hour after the accident. And when they checked the baby was dead. What you can do to a dead person for almost an hour? So that's why they don't put the paper over there. And that makes sense Why they don't write anything is
Yeah.
because there's nothing else what they can do. They keep the baby in the hospital for us. They try to treat us. They try to give us medicine. They try to make us to understand we did everything we can. When they find out we have only one child, they was afraid we can go crazy, so they bring us medicine. We don't take medicine. We want them to take care of the baby, but they cannot do anything for the baby. They try to take care of us. So that was for 7 hours and a half.
Another diagnosis, what is right on this one, it is the no movement of the eye for the touching, what that means a lot. And another thing what is right on this document, inside the lungs was found microparticles. That means the body don't have any reaction to protect himself to allow the water to go in. So he will have water into the lungs. That means another thing to be dead. Another thing what was happened on the hospital is not right here. The lady doctor, when she moved the baby to the other room and she do a complete checking to see how she can help him, it's not because she don't do checking before, but now she go in all the details to see the damage already for so long time having no oxygen. And she find on the top of the head a big
Crutch,
a big wound, but not blood. And we never see blood coming from his head.
Or on the pillow where he stayed was no blood.
So that was happened because when my husband put the broomstick in the pipe, he hit him directly on the head.
And the lady doctor said that's proof his heart was not beating.
Yeah.
That's why the blood was not
So
coming
that
out.
was another
nothing was
experience what really scared me when my son come back in life. So that is the second document. The third document, it's the one what we go to the specialist in Bucharest, the neuropsychiatric. They write a diagnosis. Because how come you go to the specialist? Is everything okay with the person? So to cover by the government, they said he have problems in speech. He don't have a problem in speech. He speak too much. But what happened, they have to have a cover why you go to the specialist, why you are recommended to spend more and investigate more. So they put the diagnosis and to continue to observe because she wrote it here in August 6, 1991. He was coma level 4 with convulsion. So that's for sure they have to find brain damage. Thank God was not like that. We know God do the second miracle to be complete healed and the third miracle to change our hearts.
Yes.
So that is the three documents what is translated, what is the original. We have the two witnesses, what we can take contact with them was my cousin, what he is a lawyer in the country. He is not the person what is not credible. He was the witness, seeing my son dead, seeing my son in life. He saw the pipe. He talked with the people who saw when the accident was happened. And everything is in his declaration. And the second declaration, it's from my aunt, who
His
allowed
mom.
us, his mom, who was to the hospital when I called her to bring me clothes and shoes. And that is two witness what we have right about it.
Ernest, her cousin, I go with him back to collect the stuff what we have in the hotel where we live, and when we go over there, we stop to see the pipe. And I show him the pipe, and he's standing up. He says, "No, you are wrong. It's impossible to go on that pipe. It's so small." But the people who was over there by the tents, they come over there, and everybody say, "No, no, no. We saw him taking him out from here." And they all was kind of afraid to ask me what happened with the baby. And they ask, and I say, "Well, he's in the hospital." They say, "I can't believe it, because he was dead from here. Why he's in the hospital?" They was very circumspect because they saw the baby was looking dead. But God has other plans.
Amen.
And through him, God never saves somebody from such a hard situation to let him to don't receive Lord Jesus to save his life for eternity, what's the point to save it just to live a few years here in the earth? So through this situation, me, my wife, my son, and other people in our family receive Lord Jesus. That is the great, great miracle what God did, save our lives.
By the way, do I have your permission to use this video?
Sure. You have this permission
for my students, yes, this is me.
And the story God allowed us, not only allowed, God commanded us to write the story.
Yeah.
And when God asked us to do something, He provided. I asked God, my English is not good, Charlie is not good, but it's not about the English. It's because we want to make sure it's God's will. So I asked to send us an author. And God provide an answer to the question in 3 days. Margaret Cotton, she come from New Jersey to visit her mom. We was in the church. She asked about the story because she want to know more for her son who is in Panama. And we told her it's not written and it's not on the internet. And she said, I'm a writer. I will be honored to write your story. Actually, she is not a writer. She is
she don't write any books.
She is a retired teacher. She loves to do picture. That is her hobby and part-time of filling her time. But God used exactly the words what I put in my prayer. And was a blessing, and we saw how God blessed Margaret to find the right words to explain emotions, situation. She is amazing, the way how God blessed her to describe. And the book, we hope to be hope for the people who don't know God, and to be encouragement for the people who know God. It's just the power of God. And I like to quote what you said in one of the meetings when you said, when God make a miracle, it's not only for the people who is made it, it's for other people too. It's a gift of God to understand His power and the kingdom what is coming.
Amen. And our life was totally changed.
Yes.
For me, after I prayed first time in the hospital in my life, I was 33 in that time. First time I pray, and my life was changed completely. I don't even know. I have that peace which God put in my heart. And I cannot stay in Romania. I have to go somewhere. And from the moment I put my foot in Seattle, Washington, all the time everybody is talking with me about Lord Jesus. In 7 days I received Lord Jesus. My change, the way I was acting. See, I did a lot of school in Romania, universities and stuff. I did a lot of school, is working. But none of the school was capable to change my character. I probably get some knowledge, but none of them changed my character. I pray one night to Lord Jesus, and the next day I was totally changed. I never cuss anymore. I never say bad words anymore like I say before. I lose more than 30% of my dictionary.
Yeah.
God is working wonderful when He's working. And after that, another 7 days for my wife, which she was sure I'm crazy because I'm acting totally different. I was a new person. And it's amazing to know God can do this kind of miracle in our lives. And my mother was saved, my father was saved, her mother baptized here, her father hear about Lord Jesus, and we believe he has in his. Her sister was baptized here, her niece was here, plus the word go in Romania, where none of our family was Christian. Nobody knows about that.
And probably, I'm sorry, not because I want to make you short, but probably everybody want to know what happened with Marius.
Yes.
He loved the Lord. He's married for 3 years with a Christian lady. She is originally Italian, but born in New York area. And both of them, they love God. It's nothing wrong with his mind, not even now. He finished Q University and keep learning.
Doing school.
There is a lot of things what he wants to do in his life, and he is blessed.
It's in financing.
It's on financial area, and that is give you
Grand
the...
Canyon is one, and another one, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's doing a lot of school even now.
Even now.
And he is financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
And,
But the most important thing, they love the Lord.
Yes.
And even on their wedding card, one of the requests, what they put on their card, it's they want to be on the house of the Lord and see the beauty of the Lord.
Yeah.
So thank God for them.
Why we bring the documents and we have with us the documents? First, we was not in the same city, so they had to give us something to go to the hospital in Bucharest. Bucharest being the capital of Romania, they have more doctors and more advanced equipment. Then when we leave, after in 6th December was the accident, and 2nd December, no, 6th August was the accident, and 2nd December we was already in United States.
Oh, wow.
And because we was in United States, we need those documents thinking for my son, we need to go to the doctor for follow-up if something is happened. That was the reason we have the documents here.
Okay.
We thank God for that.
Most people don't keep their medical documentation, and so this is really providential that you kept it,
Yeah.
that you have it and kept it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is what happened. And when we don't even think about those documents like approved. But when Margaret write the book, she say, "Do you still have those documents?" And we say, "Yeah, we do have some." And we show her, and then we talk with you, and it's amazing how God worked to put this. I know from now you are gonna be the next piece in God's story for His story.
For His story. It's God's story.
Yes.
We don't know why God requests us to do it. We just obey. Yeah. We go day by day, and we would like to see what God prepared, and we just make priority having time to do what God called us to do it. We don't know why He do that, just to show His power today. We have exactly a Lazarus of our time. He was not 4 days on the grave, but he was 8 hours dead. So God have His reason, and we just follow, and we are amazed at His work and the circumstances, what He bring with this story. All the praise and the glory is for Jesus Christ in the name of God.
Amen. We thank you so much, Doctor, for this opportunity to talk with you. And thank you because you allowed us to tell you our story, which is made by God. We just walk in, and we thank God for that.
It's definitely my privilege. I'm gonna stop this for now.
Yes.
And